This is a KUNV Studios original program.
The content of this program does not reflect the views or opinions of 91.5 Jazz and More, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.
Here we go. Move it. Next man up. Yeah.
Hello world, peace and love, and welcome to the show. I am your host, Donavan LeDean, actor, author, and inspirational rhythmic poet. You're now tuned in to Next Man Up, Poetry in Motion, where the mission is to promote good mental health for everyone. This poetry show will motivate, educate, and inspire you with spoken word through cultural expression. The poets that will be featured on our playlist today are Tariq Moore, Donavan LeDean, Liz Prince, Gabby Moreno, Stefan Petway, Marrero, Zachary Gutierrez, Loved by Ace, Moody Black, and Sheldon Alex Sebastian. This music poetry show has been brought to you by ASJ Productions, asjproductions.com for all your filming and photography needs. You can find ASJ Productions on Instagram, or you can call Stuart J. Elsie at 810-336-3926. That's 810-336-3926. Now, let's get on with the show. This is Next Man Up, Poetry in Motion.
Keep doing the best you can. Never faced by low demands. Keep doing the best you can. We need a leader, you with vision. You're paramount to move the world, impact the next generation of a young boy and a girl. Terror is on a rise, carnage, headlines throughout the land. We're in despair, yet I'm on a peace mission, lending a helping hand. I'm a novice in territory, accompanied by corruption. Life, peace, joy, taking at once, the great abduction. I'm taking on a fight, follow my lead and you lead the way. Boost humanity is on us for a brighter day. Thrive. Next man up, yeah!
Passionate women who knew spiritual things wrap me up in your arms and bathe me in oils, clean me quick before I spoil, pour in, wring out, remake me whole. I needed this. I'd be remiss if I didn't embrace the legacy laid before me. If I threw away the crown and renounced the royalty, passionate women who knew spiritual things, pray for me. Please, if you may, if you might speak life into me. With my arms spread wide and my head held high, I call out, save me. Passionate women who knew spiritual things, I'm sorry they mistake your passion for anger. I'm sorry they criminalize your expression of anger. And I'm so sorry there's so freaking much to be so angry about, and you never receive the same tenderness as your crocodile crying counterparts, you women who are mother, father, sister, and aunt, who carry the weight of every mistake made by the women before you, by the men who disappeared, by the boys who hurt you, and by the other girls with the same heavy weight, sad eyes, and loud burdens. Passionate women who know spiritual things, I'm so sorry. We ask so much of you. I'm so sorry you give more than you receive, and I'm so very sorry you only get the scraps of the world to make do with, only to have it stolen. My women of passion and spirit, I love you, and I will sing of your praises and give you your flowers while their scent is still fresh and I can still see the glimmer in your eyes, because at the very least you deserve the world, as you are what keeps it turning. My women of passion, thank you.
Here we go. Next man up.
This poem is titled Wounded Bird. I've been wounded, I've been cured, I've been healed, I've been hurt, I've been blessed, I've been cursed, I've been better, I've been worse. Life's a balance with curves, putting my trust in the universe. Even when the odds are against me, I still come up first. Let go of my ego and left it all to Mother Earth. I always had my faith, I didn't need a church. Even at my lowest, I knew eventually it would be my turn. Not the most patient, but I'm always putting in the work. I always got pure intentions and keep my word. I sought help when my anxiety and grief collided. My trauma and pride tried fighting. This growth journey is like deep diving, uncovering new depths to my soul. Sometimes it feels tiring. Self-seeking is not for the faint of heart. It's facing your pain head on. Never been a victim, been both Aladdin and Jafar. This journey has left me with scars. Without my art, I wouldn't have made it this far. Learn to protect my energy because I got a big heart. Let others deplete me in the past. Now I'm in charge. Now I keep myself on guard. Stay sharp. Lately I've been more in tune with the signs. The other day I looked into an injured bird's eyes. Could see its fear and resilience. It wasn't ready to die. Realized how many times I didn't give up the fight. Reminded me of how many times I've fallen but took it as a lesson. How many times I've been betrayed but it was a blessing. Mother Nature telling me great things are ahead even though life's a challenge. This is my rebirth. You're about to witness the ascension of a savage.
Next man up.
A new wave of inspiration. Cosmic plated palette, digesting blood raw information. Amethyst rock, powdered form, high off imagination. Intuitive scans of sensory, sensing spirit being laced with etheric being confirmation. Compared with elephant steps, trampled grass effects on flesh, attempts of disrupting communication. Ital, dreadlocks deadlocked onto signals phoning home, where I yearn to sail freely in the waves of sound. Thousands of times before a single vibration can caress the ground. Speed of light echoed through a flash, seemed to everlast, transmuting messages to my past until the present soaks up the splash, commuting from a new wave of inspiration. Droplets, a pigment of sky, rain down, seeping into 4 chambers to lie in a flower bed of the hard soil, raising seed variations of inspiration as thoughts arise, just as sun and moon combine, the way seen and unseen collide in an eclipse of synchronization. The diamond pointed instant, the moment and mind align. If only I could bottle up this glimpse of time, to set freely, to surf in the celestial seas while I ponder daydreamt lifetimes, to find lucid words to define how grateful I am for my spirit to unwind, cradled in the hands of the Most High every time I am baptized in a new wave of inspiration.
Next man up. Yeah.
In the absence of the sun, I dream of hope, but my eyes tell stories of a wounded heart. Throughout my trials and tribulations, I have sought a better way to understand myself, to wrap my mind around this life and make it mine. I am in search of serenity's gentle touch, but these karmic entanglements keep me chasing the darkness that lives within. Combat comes with the price tag, and I must give in to complete the mission. In the end, I win again because nothing can hold me down. I am here with reason and purpose to encapsulate and translate the multi-dimensional arrays of the human experience. The light will shine through me and guide my way back home.
Next man up.
Perfection. Perfection is a lesson you learn at adolescence so that you can be singled out, rewarded, and not rejected. Perfection is like a hectic erection that won't deflate because it's a shot to the ego while you wanted to make you an enemy of the state. Perfection is an element without the eloquence, yet the ingenuity to execute with excellence. Perfection is an assassin in a seatbelt that won't fasten because it's out of fashion, and perfection is madness. Perfection is rawness, it knows no bliss, yet it knows it's limitless, because perfection will destroy anything it touches, so it gives Jada a kiss. Perfection is consumption, living in the first and second function, shifting furiously, serving the world, or rather saving the world from destruction. The path of perfection destroys anything it touches. Perfection is a weapon that loves the loveless. Perfection soars above all things because it's self-serving. So if you learn one thing, you need to practice the balancing. Though it may feel like it's a strange thing, it makes you amazing because perfection is self-cheating and beatings. And to the G's, it is the same thing, which will turn the man into an outcast. I put some stank on that one. Stank on it.
Here we go. Next man up.
A part of me died. Somehow I'm still living. So empty and bare, and yet I keep giving. Who am I now? Without definition. I'm quite a machine for a man on a mission. A drone, if you will, with full automation. And under control, a program dedication. My circuits are veins with electrified cells with no breaker for breaks or vacations. Oh well, oh well.
Next man up.
Tyrant. Me? Tyrant? You know what? The only reason why you believe I'm a tyrant is because you never won anything. See, you don't know what it takes to compete. You don't know me, you don't know my motive. You don't know that my intent is legit. You don't know that I'm humble and kind. But see, my kind nature isn't compatible to the nature of these ruthless bad boys of the league who's eager to make a name for themselves by breaking your neck on the field. You don't know that my passion for winning and making these men great in their craft incites me to pop them in the mouth to prepare for battle. You don't know that I yell at my men to make them see that they're not ready yet and it would take much more grit to compete. You don't know that this league is far more ugly, more vicious than I can ever be with my men. See, our opponent, they don't care about us. And why should they? All they care about is inflicting pain, winning games, and looking good while doing it. Life. If you don't know that, then we can't relate. And if we can't relate, then why are we talking? Look, man, if I'm perceived as a villain, so be it. If everybody's mad at me, so be it. But the records don't lie. I'm a champion. My team are champions. We win ball games. Now, if you excuse me, I got a game to win. I ain't taking no L's, rookie. I ain't taking no L's. You know what it is. I stand 10 toes down on this one. What about you? I stand 10 toes down on this one. What about you?
Thank you for tuning in to Next Man Up Poetry in Motion. I am your host, Donavan LeDean. Before we dive into our second segment, I would like to propel you, our listeners, with the first power message. It's a message about leadership. As a leader, you look at the end game. You stick to the playbook of what has gotten you here, such as a healthy diet or having a support base that you can trust and who values you as an individual. You never fold to gossip. You never subject to temptation that could negate your value or morals, because in the end, you intend to righteously rule the land.
Here we go. Next man up.
That girl from way back south, she got me southern dreaming. Thick and creamy, fine, brown, sweet as mine's best pies. That girl from way back south, she got me southern dreaming. Brown, sugar, she invaded my soul, body, and mind.
prances through the fields of the magnolias. She's flaunting them thick curves as a groove and slow rhythm compelled by melody of hummingbirds. Country girl with striking physique, sex appeal never discreet. The guitar plays, celebrating her beauty with southern rhythms. Chords. Beat.
This dream feels so real. She's the one for me.
Humid moist from the Gulf, moist the skin, sexy supple. A product of the bayou, so fierce, she make them knees buckle. She's delectable like cornbread, oxtails, that southern cuisine. Such a treat, like the Louisiana crawfish on my feet.
This dream feels so real. She got the remedy. This dream feels so real. She's the one for me.
Affection runs deep like OGs for classic Impalas and Cadillacs. That thing, rise slow. Sway, swerve. What she advertises is fact. She got that fire, hot sauce with intellect, that southern swagger. The culture stretches wide along mosquito creeks and swamps. Nothing else matters. She's sweet as Georgia peach, southern vixen with hospitality. She got that good, a seduction too good to be reality. Man, look at how she moves. Slow, chop, chop and smooth. Got my mind screwed up. This is ecstasy, I close my eyes, don't wake me up. She's vivacious like family cookouts, those Friday afternoons, two-step dip groove. R&B eating my soul food. Natural beauty, she wasn't natural from the root skin, a natural glow. So natural this queen, she calls me king. Can't let this one go, I'm good.
This dream feels so real. She's the one for me.
Next man up.
Hello, so the first poem I'm gonna read is called The Colors of You. Thinking of painting, my canvas is blank. I put it on the easel and I grab my paint. There are several colors that I choose, my favorites being the greens and the blues. I pick up my brush, I begin to paint, trying to envision what I will make. Moving the brush up, then I strike it down. My bristles are so soft, they barely make a sound. I move the brush left, then I paint some on the right. My painting is coming together, it's really quite the sight. I step back to admire my art. I think about the meaning and I realize it's from my heart. The meaning is so complex, where would I even start? Maybe by describing the purpose of the colors in my art. Or by telling you the first color I used is the color of your eyes, or how the second is the color of your hair, or maybe how the third color is representing how much I care, or how the fourth color is your favorite and the fifth is mine. I made them twist together, intertwine. The colors together show my love for you, and each time I look at my painting, I'll see our favorite colors and be reminded that you love me too.
Next man up. Damn.
Coexisting in many realms of thought, a walking prayer, meditation I can't evade, frequencies I can't explain. Speak to me in wisdom's name. I've been on that resonance before they coined it Schumann's. Babylon can't control me. I broke out the show like I was Truman. The human programmed analytics can't measure the spirit, thus they can't fully study us. At this point it's apparent, know thyself, mental, physical, and etheric. Lyrics tap into your central node, to the soul you can feel it. Sit in the sun, download codes, I can hear them. There's a natural mystic flowing on Mother Nature's biorhythm. Get on beat, connect with every single living organism. Like ancestors, before these evil ways of the system. Walking the less traveled road, I have seen many visions. Many nights sitting still, yet still I listen. Guidance enters a vessel with pure precision. A choice to make daily. Why do we wrestle? Right decisions. Tussling with the test. Illusions carrying us away from the way we already know is best. Come back home, beloved. You no longer have to beat an ego's chest. Perch inside like an eagle in its nest. Followers cliff dive into the next trend. Since you always been taking heed to the riddles the elders were testing. Now I'm years ahead with good investments. Just bump my head a little less than. Nonetheless, an imperfect perfection. A walking prayer, avid meditator. Realms of thought, between each I'm a mediator. A metaphor of sorts. Seeing obstacles as sport, I must master. Slow and steady wins the race. I learned that in the beginning chapters of a book without middle or end. Life goes on again and again. I write on and on with my mind as my ink and my soul as my pen.
Here we go.
Next man up.
Sonnet 34. The Discontentful Sea. Dedicated to J.M.W. Tunnel. I long for the deep joy of contentment on the Edenic coastlines, lost in time. Now waves flood ceaselessly with a current, bending the hull, shredding the sail with brine. The sea spray slashes across the groaning mast that I'm tied to as a witness and exile. The vessel of sturdy oak, cutting fast, is bound to sink near to an unknown isle. But I won't drown out my affections now, for there's glory and beauty beholden to not a single eye. And at the prow the sun sits, dreaming to rise all golden through the blue vapors, revealing islands to climb the mist-blanketed highlands. Poem.
Next man up.
I call this Love Poem. What if I bore you the essence of my soul? What if I laid bare the steps that make me whole? What if I told you this piece was already inscribed, but scattered signs and silence left love deprived? The void so deep even poets can't survive. If I presented you with tear-stained sheets and fractured dreams, puzzles of my spirit with ripped seams, would you find the time to reconstruct the parts I've lost, or abandon them despite the cost? See, I know my spirit speaks in cryptic tones. My love can't thrive in simplicity when it is carved in stones. I am a being who finds solace in complexity, structuring stanzas of conflict with this mic next to me, where rhyme, rhythms, and vulnerabilities dance, where emotions echo in a timeless trance, and light reflects these letters written in the sand. This pen of mine is more than mere ink. It is the conductor of sacred spells, healing wounds in translation, bridging gaps of understanding and revitalizing the clock stopped in conversation. But what if I surrendered to the beacon of suppression, muzzled by deposed expression? What if I gave up so much of my power that it made my pen weak? What if I allowed your diminished lexicon to read through each layer of these psalms I speak? And if your shallowness triumphs the core of my expression, I would feel my essence fade into a writer's depression as these sacred symbols sank like the petals of a rose. Heartbreak's tide would slowly consume the greatest love story ever known. See, I'm a love poet. My deepest verses stem from the shackles of love's bind, scoped in soliloquies only for them to be restrained by the ghosts that idle in my subconscious mind. I write from flames that burn without a spark, lighting passions in crowds culminated by fears in the dark, from fires that rage with no kindling to ignite, forging verses from the voices of angels of the night. This double edge cleaves the flames to watch creativity burn, but oh, how easily a broken heart can make this trajectory turn. If the lights of this stage were bright enough to expose my scars, would you still applaud my pain, or cower at the weight of my wars? If I revealed the true torment of this mic, would you marvel at my imagery as crowds adore, providing ovation to my symmetry, blind to demons at my core? Would you still find my verses as relentless as before? Or would the reality that this love is fueled by fear silence your praises forever? I bear the weight of my soul through this pen, revealing the raw truth of a love poet's sin. Loved by Ace is no title. It's an ode that only the deepest of pain can inspire. Oh.
Next man up.
Damn! In my opinion, the greatest action cartoon in the world, besides Spider-Man, was the X-Men. And who was the most popular X-Men everybody couldn't wait to see? Yeah, Wolverine. That dude was mean, with a growl to let you know he means business, with biceps bulging through his yellow X-Men uniform /tights. But you might not want to tease him about it, cause he'll be like, You're talking to me? And within an instant, you'll be high, telling it faster than a crackhead chasing a high. But it wouldn't matter, cause he'll catch you, and with his animadium claws, he can take on sentinels. He can take on Magneto's henchmen, take on villains of all sorts, but he always felt he still came up short. Cause he could never really take on those anti-mutant groups with their picket signs. Designed to administer hate with words that hurts worse than a jab from Juggernaut. And had it not been for his fellow mutants, to offer him some encouragement, some motivation, some sense of hope for a better future, he would have given up a long time ago. But I always wonder if he would go to the X-Men mansion, in his room, sit on his bed, alone, in the dark. I wonder if he reflects and asks himself why people hate what they don't understand. Constantly being called a freak, but he counterattacked that notion by considering himself a hero. But heroes are the ones that torment themselves the most. And what's worse, he can't remember his past. Sounds familiar. But he built a false sense of pride for his animadium skeleton, his ability to rapidly heal, but his inability to die takes him further away from his connection of being human. Cause he's committed suicide every time the sun settled down for slumber. But he can only stare at the crimson red waltzing down his claws, cause immediately his wounds would close. The pain from his puncture is only temporary, but the pain of not knowing who he is feels like a shotgun blast to his soul. But I just want Wolverine to know I understand, and to tell him that sometimes roses do grow in dark places, and that martyrs never ask to die for their purpose. But I know he prayed to die for not understanding his. But Wolverine, my brother, you're no different than us, hating what you don't understand, trying to figure out where you came from, put here with the purpose you're not sure of. And Wolverine, I know you're not sure if there's a God, cause you look at us and wonder if we're made in God's image. Whose image are mutants made? I know you feel like a clock without a craftsman, so you curse us cause you feel that God showed us favor. But those people with those picket signs curse you, cause you favor God. Cause even when you're disappointed in us, you protect us. You're invincible, indestructible. Wolverine, if you only knew how much we want to be like you. Cause we do everything we can to figure out ways to live longer, to heal faster, based on our inability to understand that everything comes with a price. Every gift is not wrapped in a nice box with a ribbon. Sometimes they appear as animadium claws piercing through skin, a skull that can take a bullet, and a soul without a clue of its origin. Ironically, my friend, we're just like you. Cause you're confused on what to do, questioning your existence, confused of your purpose, sometimes wanting to die, never giving yourself a chance to see how great you can be. That sounds familiar.
Next man up.
Yeah. Let me chime in on this one right here, man. Beautiful. The people mission. Know what I'm talking about? Damn! Government's on shutdown. I gotta find new hustles for right now. No wellness checks, no support base. Endure inflation with minimum wage. Hope my melanin don't force the bank to turn me down for a longest time. The kind of profile that got many arrested for committing no crimes. More problems on top of more problems.
Let 'em know.
One solo mission's trying to solve.
Talk to 'em.
The rich dude can barely pay the card note or light bill. I'm stressed out, yet I stand tall with my head high. I refuse to kneel on welfare, on food stamps, but food prices are sky high. In 2 weeks, though food stamps won't be enough to get by. Workers leave a job cause they on strike, cause the pay is low. Inflation spikes, got suicides, got pill addiction, got more in debt with no remission. More problems on top of more problems.
Give it to 'em.
It's a human issue I'm trying to solve.
Preach.
More problems on top of more problems.
Talk to 'em.
It's a human issue I'm trying to solve them. Damn!
Before we end the show, I would like to conclude with the final power message. It's a message about the power of poetry. Poetry creates a safe space to express, create, or seek refuge from the toxicities of life and provides an option of communication whenever the first option fails, or when there is no communication at all. Because in order for humanity to exist, communication is essential. And for that, poetry is life. Thanks for tuning in to Next Man Up Poetry in Motion. I am your host, Donavan LeDean. To see my inspirational and poetry reels, you can go to YouTube at Donavan LeDean. Also, you can find my poetry books, children's books, and coloring books on Amazon under my name, Donavan LeDean. For actor or poet bookings, you can contact me via email, dvmedia10@gmail.com. I am Donavan LeDean, actor, author, and inspirational rhythmic poet. Until next time, peace. Damn!